SEG.com.
Well, it is a weeping and a mourning and a natural thing. It is a weeping and a mourning and a natural thing. It is a when we come to the mic song, it is the champion sound.
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty.
Yeah, that's right, baby. We are back, and you're listening to the original sports show. I'm your host, Leopold G's, the Big OG, putting it down here on CRN Digital Talk Radio, baby. Bighorn Productions, my engineer Matt, keeping that track hot, baby. Keep that track hot. I love that. Yeah. I'm in a Lamborghini with 2 models, 21 bottles of Murcielago. I'd rather go when I hit the throttle. Yeah, you know, we do that, name that rap song every once in a while, and we're going to go ahead and do that again maybe later on today. I don't know. It depends how we feel and if we get all this content taken care of today. But there's so much going on in the world of sports. I'm going to tap into this a little bit real quick. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay getting criticized all week about his tweeting and being a little more vocal than other owners, being a little more outspoken than some of these stale male CEOs. And you know what? I like it, because in this modern era of sports, the communication that we have, you know, utilize it. Be more social. One of the things that I don't like about Facebook are people that, like, you know, in Twitter, Facebook in particular, because some people, they're just there to look. They don't interact. They're never social. And the only time they're social is when they need something or want something. They don't talk to nobody. They don't tag nobody in photos. They don't interact. It's a social network. But, if they have a show coming, check out my show. Check out my production. Come see me, my play. Do this. But they don't say nothing other than, you know, when they have something that they want people to do for them. And I guess, you know, that could be the meaning of life for some. It's all about me. And I guess, you know, you can use these social tools however you like. But Jim Irsay has every right in the world to be a little more vocal than other football owners. And I appreciate it. Why not? I don't know why they're running around calling this guy, you know, criticizing him and saying he's more unprofessional than others, because, you know, he's a little more outspoken. I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, look at Pete Carroll. This guy is an open book, and he does blogs, he does vlogs, he talks about his players, he talks about his football team, and he was like that when he was at USC. When I covered USC football for 10 years, the guy was an open book. That's why I was really shocked that the NCAA, threw sanctions on these guys, because that whole program was wide open. It couldn't have been more wide open. I mean, there's, people everywhere. And that's how he ran his program. It wasn't a secret. There was no secrets. It was all out in the open with USC. During that Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer, Lindell White, that whole era, that great program that got, criticized and done wrong by the NCAA. We're not going to delve into that too much, but that whole thing, that whole fiasco was fueled by hatred, fueled by jealousy. Here's, I draw the line, and I've said this before on the original sports show. I draw the line when you start revoking wins. To me, that is absurd. And the NCAA needs to review these rules, get this board together, and destroy the thought and idea that you can revoke wins. From Penn State to USC to Miami to all these guys. You don't have the right to take away wins from these young men. They earned what they got on that gridiron. And that's the bottom line. You don't play God here. And that's the problem with the NCAA. They become a little more progressive with this little 4-game playoff thing they're trying to install. But there's a lot of history and tradition in college football. You're dealing with a lot of history and tradition. And when you got, a lot of old guys, they don't like change. All these older sports writers and stuff like that, these broadcasters, they don't dig change too much. They don't go for that. It's not something they want to do. But if you look at it from the outside perspective, the college football forum, college football is the only major American sport that does not have a playoff. Does not have a playoff. And you can never have a true champion. And for you to sit here and expect college football teams to go undefeated is absurd. That's a rare feat. USC did it because they were great, and then you guys took their wins away, which is wrong. That's just something you don't do. In the NCAA, you do not have the right to do that, as far as I'm concerned. And USC was over it. I thought they should have took you guys to court to keep their wins. And it's just, it's kind of one of those things where you know the truth. Like, you know the truth. You know the reality of what's going on behind this. And I was there. I saw those guys at the games. They were looking at sports writers, and they were looking at coaches and administrators, and they were around and USC, and they were getting free food and free drinks, and they were there for years, a couple years, And how do you know they were there? They had those coats on. They're wearing these NCAA coats. They were yellow, and I was like, oh, who are these guys? Oh, and then I'm sitting next to Victor Brick and other sports broadcaster guys, and we're talking about it, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, they're investigating. Oh, that's what they're doing. Oh, give me my hot dog. I want to take a bite. I want to eat my hot dog. Is that okay with the NCAA? Yeah, it's just wrong. And they, and we talk about this all the time. But Pete Carroll, Jim Irsay, we appreciate you owners and coaches that are more vocal, because we live in an era where information is a bountiful. It's plenty of information out there. People want to know, players want to know, fans want to know what's going on. And you don't have to wait to read a newspaper anymore in the morning. And I'm a print guy. I was with the LA Sentinel for 10 years, covering USC, UCLA football, and I saw the progression, which is why I jumped on the train back in 2004 and created the original sports show. I was like, hey, hold up. There's something happening here. The everyday newspaper, it's not dying. It got better. It got faster. Like the $6 Million Man. Bigger, stronger, better, faster. I know that went way over so many of your heads, because some of you were like, the $6 Million Man, what is that? Some of you guys born like after 87, you just missed everything. You guys missed everything. I was talking about oh gosh, you guys just missed everything. The A-Team, Different Strokes, Facts of Life, Good Times. You guys missed all that stuff, all that fun stuff, all these great shows. $600 million today. What are you talking about? I don't know. Tell me. Come on. Come in. Tell me what you're talking about. My engineer Matt's saying something over there.
I'm talking about the $6 million man.
Oh.
Today's money, he'd be $600 million.
Yeah, the inflation. You're right. But yeah, that kind of stuff, and it's weird. I couldn't imagine being born like in 1990 and looking at our world and how, going, all the way to 20 and 21 years old. And it's just weird. Like, you got to wonder, like, what shows they're listening to, like Crisscross. Like, look at RG3. He thinks he's stuck in the 90s with that hairstyle. He thinks this is Crisscross. The Mac Data make you jump. Dude, do something with that hair, man. It's not dreaded. It's braided. RG3. And I tell you what, all you fantasy guys out there, I never, ever talk fantasy football. But ever since Russell Wilson has been named the starter for the Seattle Seahawks, I guarantee you this guy's going to get some points. I thought he should have won the Heisman at Wisconsin. Great baller. He's what you call a playmaker. He's one of those guys that I always say, when the rock is in his hand, he's putting it down. And I also went out on a limb and said Russell Wilson will have a better season than RG3. Some guys just need that opportunity in life. You give them the chance, they'll make it happen. And that's how it is in life. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You give somebody a chance, and they'll make it happen. And we will be back on the original sports show. Baby, holla.
Do you have really pure water? Maybe not if you're drinking bottled water. Bottled water has some